Thanks for listening to Breakout Business Rainbows and Unicorns. In this episode, we talk all about your 2025 goals and reviewing your business for 2025. We take you through step by step of what's important to review and really look and leave no stone unturned for your business to have a look at what you should and shouldn't be doing and to have a really, really amazing 2025. Hi and welcome to Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. This podcast is specifically for business owners or wannabe business owners. Say you've got a side hustle or you've got a passion for something and you think it'd be absolutely amazing, or you see people that do amazing things with their passions and what they enjoy doing. Well, you can do that. So please subscribe and we hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Hi and welcome to Breakout Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. Now, this will be going out on Christmas Day, so I don't think anyone will listen on Christmas Day, but if you do, thanks for listening. And a very, very Merry Christmas. It's been one of those years this year, as you'll know, and we'll be doing another episode on New Year's Day to talk all about Breakout and what's been happening. But today we're just going to be talking all about you. So after Christmas and after Boxing Day, those days where you don't know what day it is. So if you're listening on those days, if you're off work and you've got no routine and we're not sure the day or what's happening, you're still full of cheese and sausage rolls and leftover turkey. So it's always a good time for people to take a step back because they've got a bit of headspace. And let's be honest, when you've had a couple of days off of work and you're going for those long walks or you're doing different things which just isn't work at all, is when you get your new ideas and you can make plans and you've got the headspace to be able to do that. So this is the episode to listen to and go through to have a think and your plans for 2025. So one way we help with that is we have a monthly content club with Suffolk Creative Spaces, so based in Long Melford, where you can go in and create your own content, and with us hand-holding you and helping you with it, be it photography, video, captions, Canva, everything under one belt. So not an ad, but an ad. So shameless plug for our monthly content club, because it's definitely worth signing up to and coming along, because we do it every single month to keep your content fresh and on. So if your goal for 2025 is to be consistent with your content, which is the best way to grow your account and gain more followers and gain more actual people into your DMs or clicking on those links to book, that's the way to do it. It all comes down to consistency. So the other question is what are your goals for 2025? One obvious one might be to gain more customers, get more bookings, get more sales, whatever it might be. So it's always really, really good to have a target in mind. So what's your target for 2025? Is it that your target is to get more bookings because you provide a service? Is it a target to sell more products? But you really want to be specific with that target. How many more bookings do you want to make? Who do you want to book? Who do you want to book with you? Which products do you want to sell? Because whatever you focus on and whatever you put as a target, I guarantee you will concentrate on, and it's more likely to come true and actually happen for you. So for the booking side of things, one thing we do is every year we sit and look at who do we want to work with this year? What kind of people? Who's our target market? How do we approach them? When I first opened Breakout, which I've said before, I made that list, and within our 3 years, we have worked with everybody in one way or another on that list, which has been absolutely fantastic. Being completely honest, some have worked, some haven't, but overall, we've maintained a great brand, a good relationship, and we've managed to keep those clients and work with them really, really positively. The other thing, if you're a product-based business and you want to sell more product, how are you going to sell it? So it might be that you've got an X number of sales or a pounds number in mind of what sales you're going to achieve this year. But you need to break that down. How are you going to achieve it? How are you going to get those sales? Are you going to sell on your website? Do you sell on an Etsy platform or similar? Do you sell in person? How do you get that? Because that's really, really key and important to know and have a idea, because you build them back from building those sales, talking about those products. And when you do, that's when you start to make those sales. There's no magic behind being a successful business other than being consistent and putting your products or services out there. I can't stress enough that you need to be talking to everyone about them. There's so many people that we get, and they'll make a Facebook page and it just sits there. They don't share it. They don't tell people about it. They just think, oh, I'll build the page and they will come. Doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You need to put yourself out there and talk about what you do and sell what you do. And that's really, really important. And that's why we teach people how to do that. So that's why we created Content Club. That's why we do Canva training. That's why we do one-to-ones on social media, because that's what a lot of people aren't comfortable with. They're comfortable with their service or product, but they're not actually comfortable with the selling of it. So that's where we come in and can help. We can absolutely do it for you, but we'll never get your tone of voice right. We will never get you and your brand across perfectly. So that's why we prefer to train people how to do it, whether it's yourself or your team, however it may work. But that's really, really important. Another goal you might have this year, if you're a small business owner, is to get more work-life balance. Now, I've seen a few things come up recently on my feed about, does balance exist? What is the proper balance? What's your target balance? What do you want to achieve? And the honest answer is it's absolutely different for everyone. Some people live and breathe their business, and that's absolutely fine. If that suits you, it doesn't burn you out and you enjoy it, brilliant. But on the flip side of it, what can you take away from it? What can you outsource to people? Who can you take on to help you? What bits of it do you not like and procrastinate over? Because they're the bits you need help with. If you're there and you provide the product or make the product or provide the service that you absolutely love and adore, what about all the admin that comes with a small business owner? What about the website? What about the bookkeeping? What about the social media? What about the booking fairs or talking to different people and the networking? What about all that? Because all of it is aspects that need to be done. And if that's not for you, that's where you either take someone on your team to do it or you outsource to look at it. So this time of year is a really good year to just reflect on, how well did this year go? What did you do? Do you still need to do? Because we're now late December. Some clients we've got are still, we're waiting for their self-assessment information because it needs to be processed by the 31st of January. Are you still sat and not posted your self-assessment yet? If so, we can help, but also just do it. Just get it over with. I promise you, the thing we put off most normally takes the shortest amount of time. And once you've done it, you feel so much better. But it's just worth reflecting on what you can outsource. One way we look at it is, how many products or how many services could we do if we outsource the bits we didn't like doing? So the things we procrastinate over or the things we don't like doing, that's where we get someone else to do it. Taking this podcast as a classic example, Liam from Record and Repurpose will do all the editing, all the posting, all the clips you see go out, everything you see on YouTube, uploading it onto, we use Buzzsprout to make sure it goes across Spotify, Apple. I don't know how to do that and I'm no good at it. And it would take me absolutely hours. So that's why we get someone and we outsource that to do for us. So it's things like that. Who can you help? And it's that weighing up of time and value in your time. It might be something silly like cleaning your house. You might not want to clean your house, and actually you can pay a cleaner to do it and make X number of products that would make you Y amount of sales, or you might be able to provide certain services that actually you will earn more, and then rather than spending those 2-3 hours cleaning your house, it's just weighing up how much you value that time and energy into your life. So does balance exist? I think it does, but I think balance is varied for every single person. Have you got a hobby you really, really like doing? Have you got a family you want to spend so much more time with? Have you got a young family you have to do the school run for? How does work and your small business fit around your life? Because it will not be the same as the next person you speak to, because they'll have different priorities and different values. So reflect on, what have you missed this year, and be honest. It's all that, and especially when it comes to family. I've got a 9-year-old, so it's that parent guilt. What have I missed this year? What should I have been at? Because next year I really want to be there. And it might come down to the fact that you have to charge more, so you're earning more to cover that time off that you're having. And when I say time off, it's time out of the business. We all know as small business owners, we think about it 24/7, but time out of the business where you can go on holiday, you can spend time with your family, you can spend time on that holiday, on that hobby of what you really, really want to do. And you know what? If you charge more and value your services more, and I mean you value your services more to charge more, people will pay it. 100% people will pay it. So that brings me on nicely to my next goal. What's your goal with money? Very, very British of us. We don't like talking money. We don't like talking charges. It's like, are you okay to pay this? No, let's stop that. And female business owners are the absolute worst for it. And yes, I've spoken to many who just, it's that hesitation. But no, that's your price. That's what you want to charge. That's how much you value your time away from your family. That's how much you need to run your business. And a lot of people who I've spoken to recently, they were employed and now they're self-employed, and they're like, well, how much do I charge? I used to make, easy maths, that's £100 a day. So I need to charge, so I get £100 a day. No, you don't need to charge £100 a day, because your employer paid all your national insurance, all your pension, all your holidays, all your sick pay, and all the other benefits you get with being employed. And you could walk out at whatever time at the end of your shift and forget about it. You didn't have to worry about it. So no, you do not charge £100 a day, or the same charge that you got when you're employed. And that's a really, really important starting point. So review your costs. Go through and be honest again with yourself. How much did you make this year? How much did you make month on and month off? Do you have a seasonal business? Do you make more in the summer? So you have to charge more, because actually you're not going to get much or sell much in the winter. Take all of that into consideration and look at the data you've got. It might be from a sum up machine. It might be what goes in your bank, whatever it is. Look at the data and just be honest. Did you charge enough? Did you take into account materials or overheads or insurance? Have you included all of your expenses for the business to make sure you are going to, bottom line, earn enough for your business? Which also brings me on to charging the right price to attract the right client. Again, look at your customers, and this includes where your customers come from as well. So think about it and look, where have you sold your product or service? If it's a service, are you attracting people you really want to work with? That's really, really important, because I guarantee if you are not valuing your costs and not valuing your charges and not charging enough, you are charging the wrong amount, so you will attract the wrong clients. If you're not charging enough, you will get people that just you don't want to work with. There, I said it. And we can say it. We don't need to be British about this, because it's your business. You need to be working with people you really, really love and get on with, because it's your time away from your family, that you need to be dealing with nice people and who suits you and your business really, really well. So with reviewing your costs, you'll suddenly review your clients at the same time. And also where you got your clients from. So if you're you look over the year and lifting that data, and you found to actually want to charge a bit more, I attract someone really, really lovely. Fine, that's your target market then. That's who you want to attract. So you put your prices up. But it's also, where did they come from? Did they find you through your website? Did they find you through your social media? Did they find you through word of mouth? It's all really, really important for your business to know, just going back to the data thing again, of where each of your customers found you from. We have a number of people that actually when they're found on Facebook, they don't attract the right people that they want to from Facebook. So bold move, stop posting on Facebook or close your Facebook page down. It's quite a big move depending on how many followers you've got, how many times you post, how many people comment on your posts. But if you're getting customers and clients from Facebook or making sales from Facebook, and we all know the customers, straight away you've made a sale. When's it come in? When's it going to arrive? Oh, well, delivery is within, which is all over your website or all over wherever of your terms and conditions. It's all over here, 3 to 5 working days. Well, I need it sooner. Well, you could have bought express delivery. Oh, no, I didn't want to pay that. So straight away, that customer and that conversation has caused you extra admin that you're not paying for, that you're not being paid for. So have a think about it, of where you want to attract your right clients. Might be that, are you getting anything through your website? Brilliant. If you are, website's a great place to look at your insights, see how many people are looking at your website, what pages are they looking at? Are they ultimately looking through the pages and then contacting you? Where are they clicking? Who's sending out your website and sharing you? Is it just through Google My Business? All of that information is really, really important, because if they are and they're sending an inquiry form, absolutely brilliant. Do you then need to build on your website? Do you then need to add a blog or add updates? Refined, another thing to look at. Yes, I'm creating a huge to-do list for your 2025 goals, but all of these build into your main goals of you want to achieve. And also to cut down admin, we have people come in and they have a website, they've paid for a website, because when they first set up, everyone was like, right, you need Facebook, you need a website, you need this, you need that. So that's what they did. They'll come in and they go, yeah, I've got a website, but no one really looks at it. Right. So you could get rid of it. Shock horror. What do you mean I could get rid of it? Well, you could just have Google My Business, or you've got a public Facebook page, or you've got a public Instagram or other social media page. People will find you when they search for you on Google. It doesn't have to be on a website. Oh, but I've paid for it. Well, it's not saying it's a waste of money, but you've tried it and it didn't work. That's not where your customers are finding you. And that's really, really important, because if you've got a website, you're still paying a monthly hosting fee. Maybe you're paying for updates. Again, we'll come to costs, but don't pay for updates if you're not updating your website. That's madness. But have a look at where your customers are finding you, how they're finding you, because if you look at those insights and look at that information, we've all done it when we've bought something for someone. How did you find us? That is absolute gold, because if everyone finds you from the same place, you know what's working and you know where to invest your marketing budget, and look at what you're charging, look at what you're paying for to attract those exact customers you want. Might be that you're not attracting any of the customers you want, and you might need to completely diverse of what you're doing. Might be that, okay, I've never done a podcast before. I want to launch my own podcast. I want to be on YouTube. Now, 2025 is the time to do that and just really invest and do it. But whatever it is you need to do, you need to get 100% behind it and be consistent. There's no point doing it for those 3 weeks in January and then tail off again, because all of these things do not happen overnight. A lot of our social media side of things, we always say give it 2 to 3 months, because once we've done a lot, it's a snowball effect. It's building everything and getting it going and getting it out there. And that's really, really important, because if you know yourself, you're looking for something on Google, if you use Pinterest or Instagram, whatever you're searching on, there's a lot that comes up now. There's a lot of bot, there's a lot of AI. It's really, really hard. So have a look and just really, really go through your social media and your current customers of what that might do. So we've talked about price. Now we'll talk about costs. The other thing is to look at what's gone out for your business. What are you paying for? What do you no longer need to pay for? Are you paying for, like I said, some website companies I've known, they charge £100 a month for hosting and website updates, but the website hasn't been updated for 6 months. So why are you paying £100 a month to someone? Hosting should be roughly maximum £20 a month. Completely depends on the size of website. Obviously, it's very different if you've got a huge website that does everything versus for a shop or just an inquiry form, whatever it might be. But have a look at your costs and compare your costs, a bit like we do with insurance every year. if you just auto renew your car insurance, it will go up every year. If you go on one of the comparison sites, if you review your costs, then 100% you will find a lower price. I absolutely guarantee it, unless you're really hot on it, and some things go up by inflation anyway. But review your costs. How many subscriptions have you signed up for this year that you don't actually use? You know, those ones that go out on your credit card because they're through an Apple subscription. Have a look at it, what goes out, because not often people look at their business account. Because if you're making enough to cover your expenses and pay yourself, how often do you review that? How often do you look at it? So it's really, really important to do, just to start 2025 as a flat, right, this is my outgoings, this is how much I need to make. Because it might be that you can have some time off, or you can afford that holiday because you've taken some expenses out and you don't need to pay that out anymore. So have a think, go through, use this podcast as an absolute tool to go through your business. Look at absolutely everything. Don't leave no stone unturned. Look at what you're doing, your marketing, your money, whatever it might be of the business. It might even be your product and service range. Does that need refining? That's a whole nother one-to-one question, but it's another thing for you to sit and review what makes us more profit, what works, what doesn't, and go through. And now is the absolute time. You're out of the business. For most of you, take the time to do that. If not now, in January when it's a bit quieter. And have a think, what do you want to achieve in 2025? Put those goals down. Not loads, do 3 to 5 maximum, some nice big chunky ones of where you want to get to. It might be that you want to do a TED talk. It might be that you want to sell X amount. It might be you want to become a supplier for a certain company. Whatever it might be, write it down and be specific, because then you can work back from that. Once you feel a bit better, you've organised your business, you know where you stand, and then you can slowly go, right, okay, this is how I'm going to achieve it. I want to attract this kind of client, this target market. Well, where are they? Okay, they're not local, they're in London. Okay, do I need to network? I need to be in London. I need to network in London. I need to be where my target market is going to be. So, as always, Breakout is here for all of that. There will be loads of different things coming in the new year. We'll be doing regular meetings, networking, as I've already mentioned, the Content Club, which we had our first successful session in December. Have a look and go through, because we can help with all of that, whether on a one-to-one basis, listening to a podcast like this, or just have a look at our website, because loads of information of what you can do, group sessions, whatever works for you and your business, and important, your budget. You need to invest what's right for your business, of how it's going to work for you. So let us know. If it helps, if you need some accountability, get in touch and let us know what are your goals. Post them on Instagram, and if you're happy to share publicly, tag us in them. Let us know. Drop us a message. We can help. We hold people accountable all the time. I'm always sending out to-do lists for clients, just reminding them, we need to do this. We need to do this. Don't forget. And let us know what helps. How can we help you? Don't panic. Every time you contact us, we're not a solicitor. You're not going to get a £150 bill. But get in touch. How can we help you? Is there a part of the business, no matter how small? I had a conversation with a client the other day about packing boxes for a client. She needed 2 hours help packing boxes. So we helped her for it. It's absolutely fine. Like someone said, you can't keep asking friends. It gets a bit awkward. But also you don't want to employ someone. We help with everything and all of the roles within a business. And if we can't help, we'll definitely know an expert and have someone on a list who we can definitely recommend. So keep in touch. Let us know what you thought of this episode. As always, listen, subscribe, and share with a small business that you think, oh, do you know what? They're not feeling 2024. They need to set some chunky goals and have a look and review for 2025. So share this with them and let us know what you think. And thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to this episode. We really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please share with a friend who you think needs a bit of help with starting a business, or even their small business which they've already got going. Please like and subscribe to our podcast, which always helps a small business or small podcast like us. And check the show notes. We all have everything in there relating to the episode which you might need. might want to read, and links to anyone we've interviewed and certain subjects we've spoken about.
And thanks for listening.